Alright, this is on my main computer here. I had to install the Startup Disk Creator in Elementary using Ubuntu Software Center because it's not included by default. Then started it using, where to go? Right there. It's running right now. Looks like that. It is writing to my flash drive over here. So I will wait the 15 to 20 minutes or whatever it's going to take for that to work. And then here is the Cr-48. It's booting up. There's the BIOS. If I hit F10, which is the volume up key. Oops, I didn't hit it in time. I'll restart. Just start mashing it right now. It should say F10 is pressed. There we go. So here's a boot manager. I think by default it'll boot to USB if you have anything plugged in, which you don't. That is where that guy will go. But otherwise you could choose what you want to boot to, which I guess would be nifty if you had other stuff attached. I'll show you the BIOS. It's pretty nifty. For that you have to mash F2, which is the forward arrow. It says F2 is pressed. Here's a BIOS. Looks like a pretty normal BIOS. You've got main, advanced, security, power, boot, and exit tabs. On main, it's showing the Incidel version, which is 0.08. It's the BIOS, I guess, or something. Processor type, it's the Intel Atom 1.66 gigahertz. All that good stuff. Ooh, you can set the system time. Cool. Which looks to be accurate. That looks like, let's see, yeah, that's set in UTC. So, from the factory that way. Here's boot configuration. You can turn numlock on or off, which doesn't apply to that keyboard. So, yeah. So that doesn't really matter. Peripheral configuration. Serial port enabled. Probably disable that. Yeah, all kinds of fun stuff here. Azalea. Huh. Auto, yeah. So that's cool. IDE. Good stuff. Video configuration. Huh, you could lower it to 1 megabyte if you really wanted to. Ooh. So, sets the size of the DVMT 5.0. I have no idea what that is. That the internal graphics device will use. So I guess that's how much memory the internal graphics device will use. So you could up it and maybe get some more performance out of it. But then again, maybe that would lower what's available to your processor or your RAM or something. I'm not entirely sure what that is. Cool. I'm not going to mess with it really. Huh. That's interesting because there's only one USB port. I don't know if this is all like different profiles for USB. No idea what that is. Chipset configuration. Latency timer. Huh. Express card. Yeah, I don't have any of that here. It really looks like this is a pretty generic BIOS that's for all kinds of different hardware. Wake up from RTC. Huh. Interesting. Let's get back. I don't know what that is. Supervisor password, hard drive password. That's kind of nifty. You could set a BIOS password on it if you really wanted to lock it down. That's kind of nice to know, so that somebody couldn't boot it to a flashable USB drive or whatever, or a bootable USB drive. Advanced CPU control. Oh my goodness. All kinds of good stuff for the processor here. Huh, I've set to pass. All kinds of fun stuff. Platform power management. The clock run logic will stop the PCI clocks. Okay, sure. All this wake on stuff. Huh. That's cool. You can make it automatically turn on certain days or whatever. That's kind of weird. I guess it would be more useful for a server or a desktop or something. Oops, I don't want to exit. UEFI boot is enabled. Quick boot is enabled, obviously. Quiet boot is enabled, that's good. Actually, this quick boot wasn't enabled. I enabled that earlier. Because I figured, you know, might as well keep it going fast. USB boot, that is good. That needs to be enabled. Nothing there. Okay. Legacy. Normal boot menu. Advance. Huh. Anyway, that's pretty nifty. Yes, I want to exit discarding the changes. And so right now, it still boots up into Chrome OS, even though it's got the new BIOS, which that's kind of good to know. This is still going. So I guess I could install Ubuntu alongside Chrome OS as long as I don't overwrite anything, which that's actually really nice to know. Or not Ubuntu, I'm going to install Elementary. That's really nice to know. I could still use Chrome OS if I want to just open it up and do something quick. Or I could use Elementary if I want to do some actual more real computing. So once that is done copying up there, it's a little over half done now. I will grab that USB drive, stick it in here, install Elementary, and see if I can dual boot it. So kind of exciting.